Okay, welcome. So this is an update on my baby account or the small account. And few things have changed and I'll just go over it. So let's start out by looking at it from the outside. So what I have done since I last updated it, I actually moved this into my main guild into an open kingdom. And the main reason why I did this is because I actually ran out of RSS and it was causing me a big problem. So this way, if I brought it over and kept it shielded, I could feed resources from my main. And that is the biggest reason. So what I gave up was the Coliseum ranking and jewels that's coming from the Coliseum, but in return, I'm able to not worry about resources and be able to continue to grow. And also, by having it in my main, I'm able to get a little more gifts and speed ups and whatnot. So that's what's happening. So now the caster itself is level 52, and I do have some EXP left over, but I think I'm gonna wait to use this for either to bump it to level 55 or maybe possibly for level 60. I don't really need to bump it up to level 53 or 54. At this point, I'm fine with it, just leaving it at just under the whatever the speed training and whatnot farming talents. Okay, so my 16 million comes from troops, and underneath that, about 10 million are from other things such as buildings and research. Still no turf quest turned in or no traps at this point, and I did not do still no different phalanxes. I'm working with limited amount of heroes as well. And then here's my stat, just without any talent or gear, and I believe it's about level 8 on the military research, but we'll go over that later. Now here's the gears that I'm probably going to be using till level 60, but with me being in an open kingdom with titans around, I'm probably not even going to unshield at this point until I'm 10 million troops into it with proper gear and everything else. Okay, I'm putting on at this point. I'm putting on my war gear just to see what it bumps it up to. It should be a little above 100 at this point, but we'll go ahead and check it out. Yeah, it should be okay. There it is, 130 for range, 115, and then 97 for cav. Then you'll see the HP and army stats as well. And eventually, I will take this up to level 10 on attacks, and army side, I will probably take it to level 9 just because I'm being real conscientious about my mites, so I should have low enough might to be able to get those extra researches done. Now, familiar side, I'm not hiring everything, I'm not eldering everything, just the ones with the attacks or maybe army talent, like this one here, Trickstar. I'm going to do it for the range attack, and I'm not sure if I'm going to take it to 60 or just get it right to 50. It really depends on how much, but at this point, I'm kind of open to it, and I'll see what happens towards the end. It really depends on the might that I'm sitting on at the time. Same thing here. I'm probably going to work with infantry stats here as well as cap stats. But again, any other type of familiars that I'm not actually using or that's not really helpful for me for military wise, I'm not going to be ranking up or training. This one, Bon Appetit, very good familiar. I actually picked it up from Tycoon, and you got to be lucky. But if you ever decide to get that, that's a very good familiar. Along with the army talent on that familiar, will be very good for traps, as well as attacking castles. And you can see rest of these familiars I haven't even touched or trained. because I don't want that extra might, whether it's a small might or whatever. I'm trying to be as stingy as possible on my mites being used. Okay, so moving along, I don't have these buildings up yet. I'm not focused on this. I'm trying to get it to C25 first before I even mess with these buildings. I will eventually do it because I know I'm going to need some extra or level them up higher to get better than 10 packs per training. So right now I'm at level C22, and like I said earlier, I am going to push to 25 before anything else. So I'm just following what needs to be done. I think I should be able to start pushing for C23 by tomorrow. And with these buildings like prison and altar, I haven't decided all the way yet. I know I got the prison here, but altar boost at C17, I'm not sure if it's worth it, but these buildings really depends on how much might it's gonna give or how much gems that I'm willing to use, because I know I will hardly ever be able to execute unless I have license to kill at the point. But this buildings like this, I will upgrade to 25 because it reduces enemies attack by 10%. So anything that gives me military uh, bonus, they are gonna going all the way to C25. Like this one here, HP army HP for 5%. So eventually I will have a full infirmary. I will erase these mainers as well as these barracks. Really depends whether I'm going with 2 barracks or 1 barrack, depending on how many. I guess once I reach 10 million, I would have to make a decision at that point. And any of these resource buildings, they are not getting built. That was my intention from the beginning, and all of those together will probably add up to be about a million might, because I believe each one at C25, if you try to demolish, they're about 80,000 to 90,000. Now again, I told you that I lost the ranking on the Coliseum, so I'm losing a lot of gems, but I'm working my way back, and I don't expect to go up that high with that Coliseum ranking. Now for the real thing, the gear here, I do have most of it forged for level 60 and level 55, and I'm definitely not going to be using this till I'm ready, so I'm not really worried about it. In the meantime, I'll try to gather more jewels and maybe try to get them to purple level if possible. But I've noticed on my other trap, the gears are purple with level 60, and it seems like some of the players are more hesitant to attack me because of that, because of my gear. So I don't know, I may just leave them at blue at this point. Now, one thing you'll notice about my gears is you'll see the research gear and my construction gear. It can be upgraded, and reason why I'm not is because of this particular gear here, Lunar Scimitar, because it uses the same materials for my research or my construction gear. And for me, I thought the 16.2 army HP is a little more important than my construction at this time. It's a trade-off that I'm willing to give up just to get this guy to mythic first. So here we can see that same copper coil that's needed for the construction gear, but of course because of the scimitar I will not be using that. And going to the heroes now, you see that I'm still working with the same heroes that I hired at the beginning, and of course they've gone to rank 7 now, which opened up their third ability, and I've colored them up. As far as Prima Donna, I'll probably take her to blue, and that's about it. And the only reason why I'm having her is to open up stage 612 for Rose Knight, so I can sweep Rose Knight stage and eventually take her to gold. And once these go gold, I'll probably stop doing any other heroes. I may just rack up the tombs or medals for them, but I won't take them to any, or I won't rank him up. Now we talked about RSS, my big reason being or migrating. So yes, I was able to. I was actually down to like zero, where I couldn't even do any research or construction at that point. So, but now since I've been here for a couple of weeks, I've been able to have about 200 or 100 mil in my backpack, which is good. Now, most important thing, the troop count. It has gone up definitely. It's close to 4 million. Again, I will be pushing gladiators into 2.5 million, and then the other T1s on range and cav range probably about 5 million, hopefully. And hopefully I will have 10 million at the end. So here, if I'm still trying to figure it out, or I'm trying to calculate, and it looks like I'm gonna land right into 75 million range once all the research is done and I get all the troops ready. Of course, with the trap lower the better, right? So we hope to I will keep it as minimal as possible. Now let's go into the research portion of it. And again, like I said, I'm not researching anything that's not necessary. So all the economy, defense, zero, no researches. Monster, only thing was level 2, and this was done because it was one of the requirements for that voyage thing. So that's the only reason why I did it. I probably would have kept it at level 1 if I could have. A breakthrough for your mythic equipment. Just I had to do that one. These two trees, nothing there as well. And same thing with the defensive or defense 2 or upgrade defense. Then familiars, pack 3. The minimum requirement for pack 3 was done. And with this, I will open up probably 2 slots. So like the gym training and that first level, you only need to do 1, and then next one will be level 3, or the research 3 levels of research to open the familiar slot 2. So that's what I'm probably going to do. Third slot, I'm not sure if I'm going to do that, and as well as the sigil research, I'm not sure if the attack that I get would be worth it. So, but these two will definitely be towards the end once I see my might. Then if I have some room to play with, I may decide to go ahead and add those. Now the important thing, military, yes, this will go all the way. As far as the intelligence report and quick maneuver, I'm not sure if they're necessary. It looks like even when I'm doing level 9 research here, it doesn't require that. So maybe I've actually added those two unnecessary mites there by doing intelligence reports and quick maneuver. It's possible. So anybody who's trying to do that later, you may want to just go ahead and just do one and see if it's a requirement or not. Eventually, once these go up to 9, attack level 10, army level, I will decide whether it's going to be level 8 or level 9. Of course, level 9 being the maximum, because level 10 is right before you open up T4, so it's a different ball game at that point. So that's basically the update on my castle. This one was from K633. I'm actually hoping to return this to K633 at the opening. So I will keep you guys updated, and we'll catch up with you guys on the next video. Thanks.